Hi, Rebecca here. I'm here back for some more book chats. I'm going to be talking about three books. They're kind of memoirs, but then some of them aren't. So basically, they're based on fact. One in particular is a memoir, but the other two are based on factual events that family members or the author has experienced, but are not true stories. So the first one is a memoir, and it is, I'm going to try and get it in, Jacqueline Woodson's Brown Girl Dreaming. The next one is this one, Front Desk by Kelly Yang. And the final one is this one called The Night Diary. And I've forgotten the author's name and I can't read it. So it's Veera Hiranandani. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. Okay, so let's start with the memoir to begin with because this is actually true. So this is Jacqueline Woodson's Brown Girl Dreaming. It is a book written in verse, and it's about the life of Jacqueline Woodson from birth. So obviously she can't remember it, so she's done a bit of research with family members, and it tells the story of growing up in America in the South in the 60s and then moving to, I think it was New York, I can't remember, and what life was like there. It's really, really powerful, really beautiful, and it gives you a real insight into what life was like for people growing up in that time. I'm just going to have to turn to a page because I haven't actually chosen one off the go. So, because we're witnesses, no Halloween, no Christmas, no birthdays. Even when other kids laugh as we leave the classroom, just as the birthday cupcakes arrive, we pretend we do not see the chocolate frosting. Pretend we do not want to press our fingertips against each colourful sprinkle and lift them, one by sweet one, to our mouth. No voting, no fighting, no cursing, no wars. We will never go to war. We will never taste the sweetness of a classroom birthday cupcake. We will never taste the bitterness of a battle. So, possibly not the best one to choose, but it gives you an insight. So not only is she African American, she's Jehovah's Witness and has a lot to really think about, and we have a lot to learn about. Okay, the next one, this one, The Night Diary, is also a really powerful one. It's more of a historical fiction. It's based on the author's interviews and travels of her own family during partition of India and Pakistan. So she is, I'm just trying to remember this, Hindu, living in what's now Pakistan. Her father is a doctor, her mother is dead. She comes from a mixed religion family. So her mother was Muslim, her father is Hindu. And during partition, they have to get out. And it's what it felt like leading up to partition and what they had to go through to get out of what's now Pakistan. It is really powerful. It isn't extremely violent. There is one scene on a train where violence is implied but not described, and that's one of the beautiful things about it, is that a lot of things are implied but not graphically described. Really powerful, and I really recommend it for adults and children. It is, the character in is Nisha. She's 12 years old. She's a selective mute, so she doesn't always talk. So it's an interesting book. The review sites say 10 plus. Right, this one here, Front Desk, is really interesting. An interesting thing because immigration is such a thing for voters at the moment in Australia, and this is tracing the author's own life, Kelly Yang, coming from China to America as immigrants with her parents, and coming to America thinking that things are going to be great for them, but they find it's not, and it's the kind of poverty that immigrants find themselves in, and the kinds of deals that they make, not realising that it's actually not good for them what they do. So the young character in this, Mia, is 10. Her parents take on the job of running a hotel, and the owner of the hotel is not a good guy and treats them really badly, and so they end up being in a situation where they're really, really poor. But it's interesting to see how people band together. So the people band together, and how she gets through school, because school is hard. She's the there's two Chinese, so she's Chinese and the other boy's Taiwanese. and how they go and what happens to them. It's also a really interesting read. It's aimed for 8+. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the talk, and let me know in the comments below if there's any book you'd like me to review. Bye!